Hello, this is Dave and welcome to Equity Story. Just having a quick look at the ASX 200 on the daily charts. I think it's holding above that sort of short-term trend line, and as long as we've got that sort of price action, I haven't got any issues whatsoever. And yeah, I think it looks absolutely fine, and hopefully the Dow will have another good night tonight, and we can go on at least to try and retest this week somewhere near that sort of 5,600 level. I'm actually not putting on too many trending stocks at the moment. I'm a little bit suspect that later on this month we could have a little bit of a pullback. So I think we'll just sort of try and make some money with the trends we've got on at the moment, and then have a little bit of a wait and see towards the end of the month how the general markets are playing out. Markets do get little levels of exhaustion, and I think we are sort of nearing one. So there is obviously just in the short term certainly a few warning signs out there. However, just looking at obviously the trends we're in at the moment are sort of pretty rock solid. Obviously Burson Group looks absolutely fine and looks solid as a rock. See it better on the long-term charts. Obviously GHC looks great looking chart, looks absolutely fantastic. Vocus, we're trending at the moment. They've got a little bit wobbly of late, but I think it looks absolutely fine. SLC looks absolutely fantastic, just hitting record highs. This is what we like to do at Equity Story. We love buying companies hitting record highs, and it's obviously a good sign. FPH again looks fantastic. Fisher & Paykel, what a beautiful looking trend. GMG, Goodman Group, good little price action in the last few days. Hopefully that'll give it encouragement to go on and at least try and edge into that $8 level. And CBA, we've sort of brought this as a little bit of a turnaround story, and they are giving a huge dividend. I think it's on Friday or Monday, so certainly got no issues holding CBA at the moment. What I would like to have a look today actually is some of our 3-year growth stories, and the 3-year growth stories we've got, I think they're the best on the market at the moment, and I'd just like to have a look at a few, see how they're trading. I mean, GTK was up a nice sort of 3.23% today, and we did say the other day if you could buy it around that sort of $3 level, it'd be good. I mean, we put this on at, I think, a buy originally under 280, I can't remember, but around that sort of level. But again, this is the new cheaper version of Hansen, and again this is a great, absolutely fantastic earnings model. But certainly I think that price action was very, very bullish today without any news. So possibly this company is going to give us a nice earnings surprise, and certainly the way it's trending, it looks very, very promising. As does QMS. QMS has actually been a funny little stock for us. We put this as a buy under $1. I think it was in the 90s, and when we put it as a buy, it had this initial really nice run up, and to sort of $1.20, and it's sort of been trading sideways for quite a while. And really interestingly, just this week, it's now started to stick its head up again. I think it looks really bullish, and it's got just have a look at that short-term chart, and if you can get this sort of price action and stay there by the end of the week, I think that there's no reason QMS can't go on and at least attack that 150 level and possibly even higher. I think the interesting thing with QMS Media, I think it's slightly underperformed its peers, OML and APN Outdoor, and again, like I said, the interesting thing about QMS, I think it's a classic takeover target, and I think if OML or APN Outdoor were going to go in and have one decent company that they'd be interested in taking over, it's definitely the QMS Media. Again, Catapult had another great move today, up for 3.25%, and again, we're up 100% in the stock in the last 5 months, and Catapult's been a great story, and the trend just keeps on going, and got another short-term buy signal. It looks absolutely stunning, and this is a company back about a month ago just raised a lot of money. It's $3.40, and I think it went back one day, had a little look, and then since then it's just carried on marching forward. A really exciting growth story, and again, to initially recommend this around $2 and now it's around $4.13 5 months later, again just shows I think what a great story this is. Adasol had a good day today, and funny, it was actually a little bit funny. I thought Adasol, we're already up about sort of 30-40% in Adasol. The price action in the last week wasn't too good. I thought it might come back and possibly retest a longer term trend line, maybe even that sort of 250 level, but it didn't. It sort of turned up pretty quickly, which is again pretty bullish, and certainly the way it's moving, I think it's obviously setting itself up to have a nice little run up again over the next 2 or 3 months. One story that actually didn't trade very well today was BWX. Originally we put this, it's 480 now, we put it as a buy under 430. Because no issues with you buying this stock now, even at 480. It could trend back a little bit, so what I'd look is buy some now, get a little bit more at $4.50. I think the market was, this company, the earnings growth was fantastic. It was up 40%. I think it got, I wasn't the only, we weren't the only major sort of company out there believing this got sold down, oversold today. I don't think the market really get BWX, and you've only got to look at Bellamy's. Why did Bellamy's do so well? Because all those mums in China, there's no greater love in the world than I think obviously a mother for their children, and people in China, they don't want to use sort of local products for baby formulas, because obviously that issue they had with some baby formulas a few years ago killed quite a few babies. It's so you see things like Bellamy's do extremely well, Blackmores do absolutely brilliantly. Now what BWX have is the Suikin product, and it's not to be taken lightly. I mean, you've got, I'll just bring over the presentation here. You've got stories now around the world of the old initial soaps that we use causing cancer. I think something like they found 98 different soaps with cancer products in them, and the world, just as we're moving towards a lot of natural foods and natural baby formulas, the world is moving towards natural soaps. And Suikin, possibly you could argue there are sort of ones out there with slightly better quality, but Suikin are certainly an affordable natural body soap. And I don't think our market quite understands now. At the moment, this company put out an announcement today. They're growing their revenue over 40%. Some of this revenue growth, or a degree of it, is through selling into China through the what we call the backdoor market, through sort of the grey market, maybe certain websites and people buying the stock and sending it to China. But they are now opening some serious retail outlets in China. They've got a deal they just signed up with in the UK with Boots. This Suikin, if there's any product that could emulate what Bellamy's have done or Blackmores have done, it's Suikin. And the market are sort of, the companies say they believe they can get 30% growth next year. I think this is, it's very hard for the company to give an idea of how big their growth potential will be in China once they get going. But I think this company over the next year or 2 years is going to outperform, and really, if there is one company, like I said, that can emulate Bellamy's and Blackmores, it's this Suikin brand. I also got to say they've got actually a brand new product as well called Suikin Baby, natural baby soaps, and again I think this is going to be an absolutely huge product in China and the rest of the world. So today, although we thought the announcement was fantastic and we certainly had no issues with it, it did get sold down. We just see this as an opportunity to be in one of the great growth stories on the Australian stock market at the moment, and we are very bullish with it. Definitely very, very bullish. We're definitely big believers. you know, we are dreamers at Equity Story, and I think you know, we believe in these great stories, and I think by backing some of these great stories in the past is why we've had such incredible success and incredible returns. And again, we certainly are backing the BWX story, and we think over the next 3 years this is going to be an absolutely a very, very exciting place to have some of your investments over a 3-year growth period. Just having a look at some of the other stocks, obviously Moy, you know, I think sometimes it can be just as big a headache when we see, you know, originally we put Moy as a buy at 11 cents, and again I had a lot of phone calls today. Dave, do you think we should take profits? And I think we already have sort of sold half. We've already taken 100% out of Moy. I do feel, you know, taking profits along the way certainly doesn't do any harm. This possibly in the short term, and a lot depends obviously on their drill results and how it keeps panning out. But I think certainly this looks to me like it's definitely a 40 to you know 45 cents company, maybe even 50 cents. And I think it's just a question of keep watching that gold price pretty closely and watching their drill results, because as long as the results keep coming in, there's no reason that Moy can't. I think it's only on a forward P of about 3 or 4 at the moment, so possibly you could argue it's still fairly good value even at these levels. Anyway, I'd like to say listen, thank you. We've got a lot of new members, and I hope you're enjoying the Equity Story experience, and I look forward to obviously bringing you this report tomorrow night. Thank you and good night.